Howdy, welcome to my channel. My name's Anna and thank you for being here. Today I wanted to see if I could get the same look from these two palettes. What do you think? Do I have one on one eye and one on the other, or is this just a trick? And I have one or the other on. Watch the video to find out. Again, welcome. I am not sure that I'm going to be able to do this. I did swatch a little bit. I haven't actually attempted a look. When I first saw these two palettes, or when I was reviewing this palette, the Natasha Denona My Dream palette, I thought it reminded me of the Divine Rose 2 palette from Pat McGrath. And I think it might have just been this shade and this shade that really did it for me. So we're gonna try this because I thought it would be fun, but it could be disastrous and I could be totally wrong. So let's just begin. My eyes are primed with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer and a little powder over that. I'm going to take a Rephr 13 and going into, I'm gonna take kind of Carpe Diem mixed with Unity. I think that's gonna be my best bet. All right, which one do I want to use? There we go. Oh, and let's do right eye is Natasha Denona and left is Pat McGrath. I don't know how to remember that. We'll remember. Just gonna throw that through the crease. And I always, when I say crease, it's always just above my crease because of my eye shape. And with, I think I have another Rephr 13, I do. Going into this shade here. I need to go get the card for those shade names. By the way, we're outside today because of the lighting. I was afraid it was gonna be too dark inside of my house, and it's nice out. It's nice out. It's October in the Pacific Northwest and it's 80 something, which isn't so good, but you know, it's nice. It's nice for filming a makeup battle of the palettes. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call this yet. It's gonna probably sound Dr. Seuss-y though. Okay. All right. So far, so good, I think. I don't know. I kind of have Dr. Seuss hair today, too. Okay. Take the same brushes. I'm going to wipe them off on my, whatever this is called, brush cleaner. And in the Natasha Denona palette, I'm going to go into Thrill. And basically lightly sweep that on my brow bone. And then in the center here of my face, I'm going to take more of that. To add some nice sparkle. All right, so then my other brush, wipe that off. This is not, we're not using the scientific method or anything, or whatever it's called. We're not being precise with this because that's kind of not how I roll. All right, and then for the Pat McGrath palette, I'm going into Skin Show Rose Opal and Astral Pink Moon. So these two shades. Whoop. And I'm going to mix them on the brush. Get the sparkle from this shade and a little bit more pigment from this shade. Oh, that is a beautiful color, that Astral Pink Moon. Uh-oh, the sun is starting to hit my eyes. It's fine. It's fine. This is just for fun. This is not important. And yet it's sort of the most important, right? Okay. I have to admit, I think Pat McGrath kind of does the sparkles better, but you know, kind of known for that. Anywho, let's move on to the deepening up portion of our program. Okay, I have 2 Refer 3s, and from Natasha Denona, I'm going to go into Aspiration and Instinct. Oh, I shouldn't have. Well, okay, whatever. I'm making a mess. It's like painting. Oh gosh. Oh, I don't like where this is going. It's fine. It's totally fine. I am worried, actually. All right. And this is going to go in my outer. Corner. All right. And with Pat McGrath, going into Extreme Burgundy, which I have to admit, Extreme Burgundy is very pretty. Oh no, I'm thinking of Extreme Aubergine. Whatever, ignore that. This one isn't pretty. It is. Just wasn't the one I was thinking of. All right, in the corner. That pack's a little more punch, actually, and just more pigment. Interesting, just kind of on first application. All right, I need to sort of blend that out a little. So with my Refer 13s, just gonna kind of diffuse that a bit. Well, that one blends away a little bit more. Okay, interesting. Packs more pigment, but then blends away. Gonna add a little more. All right. So, with my pinky, I'm going into this shade Vision, which was the impetus for this video. This was the original shade that I was like, that looks like a Pat McGrath. And I hope you can see the duochrome on that here. Maybe. All right. And I'm gonna put that all over because this is the shade that's going to bring it all together. Yeah, I remember this seeming a bit lackluster when I reviewed this palette. It's okay. It's okay. It's nothing super exciting, but it's pretty. So then in Pat McGrath, the VR Sextraterrestrial, you can see, I don't know how I'm gonna show you this exactly because it's gonna focus on my face. That's probably an awkward part of my video. Maybe the most awkward part of any video I've done so far. Maybe. I don't know. I get pretty awkward. Okay. I'm gonna stop talking about it. And just try to... Oh gosh, that sun. Come on. The bamboo was hiding it, and now it's not. So that shade does seem a little more intense on the Pat McGrath side. I'm gonna see if I can build it up on this side. It's almost like the Natasha Denona is a little more sheer. That's pretty similar, I would say. Okay, I think this is going to mess things up, but I want to try it. I want to see what happens. So, okay, now with a rougher 28, I'm going to take Carpe Diem and I'm gonna line that pretty lightly on my lower lash line. It's gonna get some warmth down there. All right, and then in the Pat McGrath palette, I'm going to take Naked Blush, but I'm gonna have to go with a light hand because it is a deeper shade. I think we're gonna have to use a rougher 2, which is a little bigger, which is gonna be fine. Wait, no, rougher 28. Woohoo! Same brush. Okay, this one's darker. This one's deeper. So we can get the same vibe. I'm gonna say that's a yes. All right. Again, I feel that I need to diffuse that edge a bit. Here and here. All right, for the inner corner, I'm going to use this MAC 228S and a Morphe M213. Pretty similarly shaped brush. And for the Pat McGrath palette, I'm going into Skin Show Rose Opal. Oop. Other side, other side. Again, this is not science. I might have barely touched my eye. Here. It's fine. Totally fine. All back to normal. Okay. And then with Natasha Denona going into... Do we want spontaneous? Do we want thrill? We're gonna go into spontaneous and thrill. We're gonna mix them because I think that's what's gonna work the best. I mean, we'll see, right? Wish me luck, folks. All right, I believe I need a little bit more of these two shades in my crease. On the right side. Just to even it up a bit. All right, and then for my final act, I'm going to take a little teeny tiny brush. This is a rougher 23. And a Morphe M443, and I'm going to dab a bit of Vision just right in the center here, just for funsies. And then Sextraterrestrial. On this side. Yeah, that's the thing. I think that the like multi-chrome shade from the Pat McGrath palette definitely packs just a little bit more like bam. All right, I'm gonna finish my makeup and I will be back. And I'm back. And well, folks, I think that went very well. Man, especially whenever I get everything, you know, my brows and my eyeliner and mascara and everything put together, it always brings everything together even more. So I'm gonna say that was a success here. I'm gonna zoom in, and by zoom in I mean move closer to you. I'm gonna move these out of the way. I'm gonna show you. So the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. I think that it's okay. Oh, all right. Well, okay, yes, you can get a similar look with these two palettes. Do I think that they're identical? No, not at all. I mean, I won't say not at all, but so here they are. You can get a similar look, and I think the reason that I was able to get such a similar look is because of, I can't hold everything at once, because of these two shades. This one, Sextraterrestrial, VR Sextraterrestrial, and Vision from the Natasha Denona palette. So that being the shade, and that's what originally made me say, hey, those look kind of the same. But here's the thing, they really are pretty similar. You see those? So let's see, I'm not sure the best way to do this, actually. Maybe that. They're both fairly warm leaning, I think, and you've got some plummish tones, and some peachy tones, and that like pink to gold flip in a couple of them. Like these all have sort of pinky gold flips, and then same with these shades here. That one to some extent, I was a little bit shy on using that because it's definitely more orange, whereas, you know, this is more kind of a pure gold. Might have worked to use this, but that one's a little bit more pink, I would say. Anyways, you do have, like I said, the bright gold here, and you know, this shade here was actually pretty similar. Here, I'll swatch them for you, to this shade Instinct, although, you know what, I had gotten that one dirty with another color, so oops, whoa, just making a mess, it's fine. Okay, so they're certainly not identical, but you get sort of a similar vibe, I guess you could say. You can kind of get that like purpley fuchsia vibe to it. In fact, let's go into Edgy, because that one as well had just a very red hue to it. No, I'm wrong. That one's totally purple. I don't know what I was thinking. Never mind. Yeah. Anywho, I do think that there are a couple cooler tones in the Natasha Denona palette that are not really in the Pat McGrath. This one does have, Nurture here and Aspiration. And then, of course, the black is not in the Pat McGrath palette. I don't know. They're like cousins. They're cousins. I also think it seems to me, if I'm really, really picky, I am not going to touch my face with that. Probably shouldn't with this hand either, but that's fine. Boy, they really look similar. I was gonna say I think Pat McGrath had a little bit more bam with the color payoff, but you know, when all is said and done, I think they're pretty similar. And it's funny, I actually used Pat McGrath, I'm sorry, no. Natasha Denona won the lip contest, or like that's what I decided to wear today. I used the I Need a Rose Daphne collection. It was a 3, you know, the liner, the lipstick, and the lip gloss. And then, wow, that hot pink shade is really spectacular. Pat McGrath does pinks really well. Okay, anyways, but I tried to add a little bit of this Pat McGrath over it to like give it a little bit extra pink, and it didn't really do much, so I'm gonna do more. I don't know. It added a little bit of glitter, but it didn't really give me what I wanted. Anyways, I love all of these formulas. Both of these are amazing. I like them. Doesn't matter. It's all about the palettes today, folks. That's a J. Anyways, thanks for joining me outside on this beautiful October day in the Pacific Northwest. Let me know what you think about these two palettes, and if you have them, if you like them, if you prefer one over the other, and why, and whatnot. I hope that you're having an awesome day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.